What does Bobbi have? A podcast, a
Yes.
YouTube show?
Podcast. Yes, podcast.
Okay. Can we hear this exchange? Because I saw some very interesting things said about this exchange.
You do. That's the question.
I interview people
Why?
because I want to get to know them.
Why do you want to get to know me?
I didn't.
You did.
Your team reached out to mine.
Don't cap. Let's not cap about that. That's not flex for the gram. Uh-oh. CAP. Flag on the play. Cap.
What was that? Are you trying to make a song right now?
No, it was cap.
Okay. I honestly don't know how this came about. I'm not going to lie to you.
Me either.
Okay. Well, my team could have reached out to yours. I'm not going to. I don't want to make you look bad.
They had to show me who Bobby was. I thought they were talking about Bobby Boucher.
Never heard of Offset in
The
real
water?
life.
Yes, you have.
I have not. I Googled
Damn.
you on the way here, and I read something about you.
I had to go on TikTok. I couldn't even
Can
Google
I?
you.
Thank you.
I had to go TikTok search. I couldn't Google you. Google's not there yet. You're not there yet. But you'll be there. But you're on TikTok.
I mean,
But they both know what they're doing. This is the point of the interview.
I would give Bobbi a little bit of advice, if I may. I don't know how long this is sustainable, because it never truly is for anybody. For people who do what she does, you can go look at the history of it. For people who do what she does, even when they act informed, it's not sustainable, because after a while, the joke is kind of up.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, what is so awesome about these interviews initially is it's like Ali G or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like the people don't know, so they succumb to the moment.
That's right.
Now they know.
They go in prepared. They might
they're
be
aware of it.
defensive.
So I don't think that it stops necessarily, but what you have to do is up the joke level. So it's like the joke used to be this person is in this incredibly awkward interview and didn't know, and then the whole thing is this like beautiful cringe fest. So, but now what you have to do is what Zach Galifianakis did with Between Two Ferns, which is
Be informed.
but also write bits. So he would write jokes for the guests and for himself. And he would surprise
Got
the
you.
guests with the jokes. And all of a sudden, now the guest knows they're in this awkward thing, but you still are catching them off guard because you've got an offensive joke or offensive question that you're asking them. Now, I think her style is a little bit different, but I agree with you. Once the guest is in on the shtick, it might need another level up.
And I think we're saying the same thing. Basically, she's got to be more prepared. To me, this ain't gonna last but for so long, because I don't think she's good with conflict. Meaning, like, when somebody starts pushing back at her, I don't think she's witty enough, fast enough to be able to go with it. What you're saying about
I
Zach
don't know.
is great.
I haven't watched her. I've watched her clips, obviously. Like I watched this stuff with Drake, but like
The full interview, she doesn't do well.
interesting.
I believe that.
But the interview is supposed to be uncomfortable and awkward. That is the design of the interview.
But for the guest,
Yeah, the guest.
when it starts looking, when the host starts looking uncomfortable and awkward, now the jig is up.
I think that's also part of the gig is that she's uncomfortable.
Why would you bring this person on your house, have them sitting on your couch or laying in your bed
To
and be
do an uncomfortable, awkward interview. I think like this is the generation of people that grew up watching The Office. And The Office kind of epitomized like cringe humor, where you have somebody who is behaving in a way that's really uncomfortable and awkward, but they don't realize they're being uncomfortable and awkward.
I like
And that's-
informed, uncomfortable, and awkward.
Sure. I'm just saying that, like, I think that this generation saw that and they were like, this is the funniest thing. So that's what funny is. Our generation came up on In Living Color. It came up on Jim Carrey. It came up on, the Kings of Comedy, where people were actively trying to be funny and then it was funny. Whereas this generation they're pretending they're not trying to be funny, and because of that, it is. So I think there is a little disconnect generationally.
Yeah.
So I wonder if younger people watch this and they're like, oh my God, this is the best fucking interview. Look how awkward it is. I'm sitting in this cringe fest. And we look at it and we're like, you gotta have some zingers, you gotta have some lines, you gotta have something.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
Right.
I'm not mad at it. I've just seen these type of characters enough to know it's not sustainable. That's why all of those shows come and go. But they're good. They have a lot of impact when they're on. but they don't last.
Right.
Jamel Hill said, I don't find these types of interviews particularly enjoyable or interesting. Instead, it just sadly points out how real hip-hop journalism has been practically erased. Some of the media teams behind these artists aren't interested in them sitting down with credible people who know how to tell stories and do quality interviews. Then they wonder why an artist's real story goes untold, neglected, or that artist is misunderstood. I disagree with that take because I feel like people go to Bobbi to just have fun, to show another side. That's not who I go to sit down to have one of those real in-depth, intriguing interviews.
She's looking it through the wrong lens.
Yeah, I can go to Rap Radar
100%.
and sit with Elliot and B. Dot and then go to Bobbi. I can go to Sway and then go sit with Bobbi. I can go sit with Angie Martinez and then go joke around with Bobbi.
Yeah, 100%. I think I just figured something out. Right now, most people are digesting like first generation content on like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or IG Reels. And an awkward, uncomfortable interview like this is gonna create the most cringe-worthy TikToks, IG Reels, YouTube Shorts that are gonna go the most viral. An in-depth, beautiful, curious interview is not gonna create a 30-second moment as likely where you're like, oh my God, this is gonna explode all over the internet. But these awkward interviews are gonna curate the content that explodes all over the internet, which is cringeworthy interactions. This is really popular. So the style—
cringe is in.
Cringe is in, so the style—
That's why all my old clips won't die.
So the style is successful in creating clippable content, and because of that, it will continue to proliferate the internet.
Yeah, I mean, listen, as long as artists keep going up there, like she's always going to make these kind of waves. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's really aware of culture. You know what I mean? Like he just did the stream with Kai. They did like a 24-hour stream.
Yeah.
That was great. And like it felt from the things I was watching from the stream, and that's another thing with streaming, 24-hour streaming, you can clip the funny little awkward moment that is unplanned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That can be so easily taken out. And the cool thing about that is like it felt like Offset was a fan of Kai and aware of the culture, and he was in on it. He wasn't begrudgingly doing an interview. He was there like, yo, we're gonna create some moments and this is good. And the same thing is kind of happening with this. So he's aware of internet culture.
I wonder if that stuff translates into record sales and stuff.
Like they say she's an industry plant because she just started podcasting and her second
No,
guest
y'all
was
just
Drake.
started paying attention to her.
I don't think
she
she's an
just
industry-
Been on TikTok popping,
No, she's been on TikTok popping, but she just started a podcast.
which most people are doing. Listen, man, you'd
Most
be
people
surprised.
don't get Drake on their second episode.
No, but
Drake-
she had some very successful episodes, and my assumption is that Drake was like, oh shit, this girl's going crazy on the internet. If we did an episode, it would go crazy, and this is just gonna help continue to fuel
Yeah, but
the
aren't-
release.
And who's Drake's
they
best?
signed to the
who's
same
one of
agency?
Drake's best friends?
Yachty. But Yachty did it after.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Nah, y'all did it before.
No, after.
He did it
after.
He called, and during Yachty's interview, Drake called and was like, yeah, I just did hers.
Yeah.
Yachty came out first.
No.
Y'all sure about this show?
100%.
No, bro.
But
I remember seeing Yachty before that.
but they're signed to the same agency.
Who?
Who is?
Drake and Bobbi Althoff.
Yeah, but everybody, these agencies have thousands of.
But I mean, you don't think that makes it easier to possibly get somebody like, hey, we're trying to make this
I'm
girl
signed
pop.
to the same agency as LeBron.
Yeah.
We haven't had LeBron on the pod. You know what I mean? Like, there can be a message sent to an agent, but it doesn't mean it's gonna go. There has to be, this girl was undeniably blowing up the internet. You gotta give her credit for that. And then other people see that they're blowing up the internet, and then they go, well, I got a project coming out. I need to blow up the internet this work. That's my assumption.